Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is after a one night hiatus where I was hanging out with my friend um, and talking just really dumb shit. We're back to the Jeffrey Epstein files that have just been released by the House Oversight Committee. Now with extra searchable database goodness. So we can find all the stuff that we would care to search for. And I mean, this thing is kind of blowing up, and I just posted a video um, that for sure is talking about Megyn Kelly and her rank awfulness. Because, I mean, seriously, this is an indefensible kind of thing. It really is. Like, there is no defense of this. I mean, there just isn't. You can't be like, she, well, you can watch the video. It's not bad. That being said, let's roll on into the Epstein files for another night. I'm going to throw this on the screen here, and we will continue on our Mary Epstein journey. Fair warning, I'm also going to be placing some sports bets while we go through this. I will not share those because that's a whole nother thing, but I will for sure. Oh yeah, for funsies, I decided to search for Megyn Kelly, and she's in some of the documents on the um, yeah, she's definitely in here, or at least mentioned. It's not like she's not like in here, but this is funny. If you read this, so from Philip Kafka, maybe a relative of Franz. I don't know. Terry Kafka, copycat, CC Jeffrey Epstein. Excuse me. Exactly. Bernie's like a Mark Twain or Lafayette teacher from Brooklyn back in the 60s and 70s. I love old Bernie. Wish he wasn't a damn socialist. He probably reminds you of your social studies teacher. Agree, funny. I've been saying Trump or burn. Get Hillary the hell out. She's shameless. I mean, why are they still copying Epstein on this? This is weird. I openly, proudly support Trump. Wow. Oh, Newt Gingrich. It's a Newt Gingrich article. Okay, so he shared a Newt Gingrich article. Wow. We were so naive and innocent back in 2016. It was like it was a magical time when Benghazi had been investigated for 5 years at that point. Wow, crazy that we're still like, it is absolutely crazy that this guy was able to be in the highest levels, have access to the highest levels of government. And this is after he got arrested. I mean, a lot of this stuff is after he was known to be one of the most awful human beings ever and a trafficker. And yet, all these people um, were still like right in his circle. Um, Republicans, Democrats, Bannon. Uh, I mean, Obama's former White House counsel is. I read a lot of emails from her and like conversations he had with her, and these people knew what he was, and they just didn't give a shit. That's probably the most. That is one of the most disturbing things. Is just even knowing what he was and what he did, they just didn't care. And that is highly disturbing. Now, a little birdie told me that if you search, if anybody's watching, if you want to put in chat, I'll search anything if you want. If there's any topic you want to search for. Okay, so she's in here quite a bit. Oh, okay, right. Oh, cool. All right. Oh, this is okay. So this is here, Steve Bannon. Is this just one email? From Epstein to Steve Bannon. Subject: how close is Donald Trump to a psychiatric breakdown? Sums it up well. Needs to add Melania. Pressure. BB indictment. Jared money grubbing. Recipe for tragedy. Bannon wrote, please note. Okay, so that's weird. Thick as thieves they are. What is all this? You know, one thing that's very striking to me reading these is that Epstein's not very articulate and he doesn't come off as very intelligent or bright, and yet he seemed to have everything dialed in. And I don't know if that's the blackmail material or anything else. Honestly, that's what I not only for to bring people to justice, but the DOJ files have to have more in them that can shed some light in how this guy was able to do what he did and and pull so many people into his orbit that listened to him. I mean, this guy was shaping international policy, and even after he got arrested, he was shaping international foreign policy for multiple countries, the Middle East, Israel. He was meeting frequently with the Russians. I mean, just how did this happen? To Peggy Siegel, sorry you were sick. Go slow. No cleaning. Stay in bed. Sorry. And Siegel, Peggy, who's Peggy Siegel? This is one of those things where there's like you do have to. Oh, okay. Saigal. Oh, yeah. Okay. So here's Peggy Saigal, who Epstein told not to clean and was very concerned over her health. Um, she is a publicist. She's 78 years old. In July 2019, okay, so she lost her contracts. Um, no way. I mean, maybe I was just naive or just didn't pay enough attention, but I feel like this part of it is pretty important. Like in 2011, Seigel organized an event at Epstein's mansion whose guests included notable people such as Prince Andrew, George Stephanopoulos, Katie Couric, and Chelsea Handler. How interesting. That is so interesting. What? We'll call you later. I'm sick as a dog with a cold. I'm supposed to go to Dr. Magnani this morning for a cleaning. If you get a cleaning with a cold, does it make it worse or just infect the dental hygienist? Had a great lunch for Woody Harrelson and Ben Foster for The Messenger at Monkey Bar yesterday and hung with Clooney at the New York Film Crit. Tonight is the national. Yeah. These people are absolutely awful. Wrote this Wall Street Take Two in the upcoming sequel. Gordon Gekko gets out of jail and back to business. Okay, so this is Wall Street 2. Money Never Sleeps. Um, whoa, she sent the entire article. Good for her. Oh, God, there's more. Oh, is this like a. Okay, this is like a red carpet kind of thing. Oh, Epstein to Jonathan Farkas. No way. I think that name's familiar. I swear there's a. I swear there is a Jonathan Farkas that's kind of like a Trump guy. That was it. Trump follows Nixon. Uh huh. Yep. Summers Farkas. Trump appointed as an ambassador to Malta. Okay. So there we go. Subject regarding fun. Summers and I talked to Trump and Melania last night. He looked and seemed very tired but upbeat. Donald Trump and Melanie Knaus. Melania's maiden name. Melania LLC. Okay, then. Oh, wow. Okay, so these are financial. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, those are financial documents for sure. Like, why? This is all just so fucking disgusting. Now, I am going to. I'm going to do a search. I'm going to do a search. I would not live with myself if I didn't, because too many of my friends that have been too far down Epstein rabbit holes for too many years always bring this one up, and I just can't. I love Tom Hanks. I don't think I could ever give up his movies. Um, Maybe I'll stop watching Castaway because I hate that stupid Ball Wilson. But I will watch Big and not even and Saving Private Ryan and not have a twinge of guilt about it. I don't care. I you, yes. Now, if Indiana Jones is in the files, I'm really gonna have a problem because I like pretty much every movie he's ever done. Air Force One is a classic. Get off my plane. You just you have to love it. You can't not like Harrison Ford and Air Force One. It is impossible. And the Patriot games and all the Jack Ryan ones he did, Hunt for you just can't. Harrison Ford must not be in the Epstein files. He just can't. My my entire cinematic universe may crumble into a black hole if Harrison Ford is in those files. Tom Hanks, I appreciate a lot of his movies, but I could easily just go back to Big and be fine, or The Burbs. And if you've never seen The Burbs, stop watching this right now. Go and watch it. It is a very underrated classic. Thank goodness I'm seeing nothing on Tom Hanks. Wilson is saved for now. I mean, just what would be interesting? Just what would be interesting? Bill Barr. Aha. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Alex Acosta. Okay, so this one will be interesting because Alex Acosta is was in the Trump administration, but he is the prosecutor who gave Epstein a sweetheart deal in Florida after he was arrested. That basically like let him go, essentially. From Epstein to Steve Bannon again. Alex Acosta update Powerline. Do you know Bill Barr, CIA? On Thursday, Steve Bannon wrote to from Robert Grusky to Steve Bannon, subject Alex Acosta update on Powerline. Alex Acosta earlier this week, PDF file. Jeffrey Epstein bought his way out of a lawsuit that would have given some of his victims. Alex Acosta, then the lead prosecutor, now the Secretary of Labor, let Epstein off with a ridiculously lenient sentence. This is all facts. Epstein's decision to buy his out of the. Okay. Marco Rubio, a longtime supporter of Acosta, says it would be very troubling. Yeah, I mean, we're now God knows how many years into this, and there's a lot of things that Marco Rubio found troubling that he has no problem with now. Acosta plea deal. Okay, so it looks to me like people are sending him these articles. Oh, okay. What the fuck? No way. Oh, if I'm re oh, okay. Macintosh root. Senator Jeffrey Epstein. What do you think about me hiring former judges, FBI, to do a thorough investigation so as to separate truth from fiction? Um, Not sure who's. Let's go through. Not sure folks care that they were strippers slash prostitutes. Older. Anyway, it's smart idea. Where are we today on all this? Then link to the Miami Herald, a Miami Herald article. Um, then Epstein sends to someone. Considering op-ed by Ken Starr and or Dershowitz, considering a law review article, an independent inquiry into the fact that this penalty was for prostitution and harshest ever meted out. I've been asked what can I give them on DJT. Thoughts are little to do while the incoming is so heavy, but we'll hire PR and have to think with group on way forward. Um, who is comms team? Has Wolf vetted? Michael Wolf. Karina said that even you find even you find a cure for breast cancer that might publish it on the medical page underneath catheters. Yes, Michael's friend Matt Hiltzig. Local prosecutor called, said your punishment was miles above anyone similarly situated. As their sex prosecutor that actually interviewed the girls said there were no real victims, only prostitutes. Thoughts, documentary, interview. As you said, this is part of a political wave, so few have relevant experience. It is not Moonves getting BJs on a transactional New York Times basis. How many of the girls would agree to be filmed? With the institutes you've founded, the work you've done, would they be on film? The institute's scientists definitely. The girls can be forced to testify on video. Wow. All explain face to face if they need encouragement. The most awful people in the world. Um, I also laughed as there is a fake news on YouTube that was sent to me of my island on fire. Caribbean Dharma. Kid you not. So interesting. Some Dems think I'm their silver bullet. Some Republicans with the same view prefer I not be a credible witness. Can't win. Besides curing breast cancer, what about establishing the major center for human trafficking, teenage prostitution, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Global problem needs to be solved. The PR guys think may be seen to be an attempt to buy my way out. That is what the party of Davos would do. Like Schrodinger's cat, I am both male deplorable and an elite at the same time until someone opens the box. Just concepts now, not turning this around this cycle, mid and long game. Look at Federalist Society. Yeah. You can't buy your way out. Unbuyable. Can work your way out. You saw MBS brother back in DC to show strength. Boy. Making calls, hopefully to no place except Domino's Pizza. As I said, the brother is the only player that has his trust. Whose trust? No, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Parts is parts. With Sass, Ben Sass, that would be Senator Ben Sass. Nice. With Sass calling for a Senate hearing, I guess I can mimic Kavanaugh. 80% answer. CNBC article on the stock sell-off started in from 2018. Fall in the futures. Where are you? Sent a phone number. Spoke to Chomsky. He's all in. I'm assuming Noam Chomsky. Wow. What about Maxwell? Not sure. She has a boyfriend. So what? He's a tad jealous. Just a tad. Does Woody get a cameo? Not a cameo, main battery. The film is three interwoven stories. The events of global capital markets, geopolitics from the 1980s till today, the drive of science to work through a basic understanding of the workings of man's immortality, the depravity of elite society, and the decline of the West. As told through the story of you. Yeah. Does it have a happy ending? So to speak. James Watson, all in. He said to hurt before he dies. Hurry. How old is he? I can film in 10 days. 90. He has a long association with you? Woody, 83. You can interview Gloria Minsky, Marvin's widow. Great. Marvin and I, 20 years. He died last year. Father of artificial intelligence. Yes, yes, yes. Legend. Turge Larson. Who's Turge Larson? Why is that name familiar? Yep. Norwegian diplomat. Of course, he's in London when you are. CNN reporting Bill Barr. He did. Where do we stand on our film? Gloria is a smart woman. Tucson, correct? Can we film you at the ranch in New Mexico? Seriously? Yes. Tell him I agree. French throwdown tomorrow. Barr a disaster for the agenda. Classy move on Tillerson. Rex Tillerson. I heard Jacques Lang, good guy. You see feds on Cohen in Paris on Sunday. Don't know yet. I'm confused about Cohen. What are the docs telling us? But the moron had to negotiate all this away by serving up Trump. But he didn't refuse. He rolled. After all this, he stiffed them. He has never been accused of having a big, beautiful brain. What does that mean? Aren't they going to unseal tonight? Yahweh is a honor badger. Total chaos now. Nick has massive disclosure issue. Also told me after last week, thinks zero chance Trump makes it through 19. Well, someone made it through 19. For sure. It wasn't you, Jeffrey. Doesn't want the part. Meadows, Bossy, Lighthizer, my guys. Mick Good. Total. Southern District, New York. The Belgium government fell 5 hours after my speech. Spent all day with the Flemish nationalists and had the Walloon populist nationalists meet them for the first time in my hotel suite. Brexit, Macron grovel tonight on national TV regarding Gillette. I don't know French. Marrakesh starts. Cannot believe Miro pushed this thing. Awful, awful, awful at every level. Brilliant. The right now has the working class behind them on immigration. Macron collapsed tonight. Merkel dead. We win 60% of Euro Parliament next spring. Salvini calls election the following week. Done, done, and done. We can run the tables here. Okay, so clearly, I mean, I have heard multiple times or seen multiple times tonight, like Epstein was a Democrat. He was in Democratic politics. But clearly this guy was going around funding right wingers. He was the OG Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. Which interestingly enough, he hung out with Peter Thiel. But he is the OG Peter Thiel and Elon Musk. He was funding right wing organizations worldwide. I mean, he's talking about it here. Oh, testimony. I am in no oh Jackie Walorski. I am in no mood to read congressional testimony for sure. Okay. It's been a half hour on this. Frankly, I'm getting a headache looking at these things because it is difficult to read all that the message stuff because they just go all over the place. So all I have to say is, I mean, these all these are wide ranging and patently awful. And hopefully the other documents are released soon. There's a vote in the House on Tuesday, and hopefully the American people get the answers we deserve. Have a good night.